while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started momentarily. Hope everybody's doing great. And connecting to Facebook right now. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Again, hope you're doing well. Hope your week was great. We're gonna be getting started by taking a look at the market, and then we'll be looking at some swing ideas for next week. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below the video. Now, let's turn to the charts and get started. If you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. Let's see, am I on the right stuff here? Hold on one sec. Where's the charts? This should... Charts are not showing up. I am surprised. Now we should be good. Alright, so again, if you find benefit in today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. Also, if you have any questions for us, reach out by emailing customer service, info@t3live.com. Without further ado, let's get started. We'll take a look at the market first, and then we'll go over the swing ideas, okay? The market, I've been consistently saying bearish, bearish, bearish ever since we failed on that buy setup. And before that, I was consistently bullish. Broke down. Actually, we had a very, very bullish day on Thursday, okay? That was 2 days ago, because for the first time, the hourly trend looked like it was gonna break. The downtrend was gonna break. So for the first time in a while, it looked as though the market was going to be rallying for a couple days. But the hallmark of a truly bearish market is that you don't get more than one bullish day at a time. You don't get more than one green bar at a time on the daily chart. So if you look on the way down here, show me 2 green bars in a row. You don't see it. I mean here, but that's not it. I'm talking solid green bars. Do you see 2 in a row? I don't. Now, the hallmark of a bullish market is you don't get 2 red bars in a row on the daily chart. Show me 2 red bars in a row on the way up. Do you see any 2 red bars in a row? I don't. You see what I mean? So you always wait for follow through. If you're thinking this is it, let's go long or let's start shorting, you always wait for 2 green bars or 2 red bars before you're really, really sure. So we got 1 green bar yesterday, Thursday, and then yesterday, Friday, we got crushed. And we also broke under the March and February lows. Okay, so that's pretty bearish. If we look at the weekly chart, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red bars in a row. People are gonna start to think, okay, well, we're just breaking the support. It's time to short. It isn't. If you're not short already, you're late, unfortunately. I'm not saying we're gonna bottom and go back up. No, I think we're lower at least to 300 bucks, and then after that, probably the 200 MA on the weekly chart. So 300, and then maybe all the way down to about 275 or so eventually. And this is also not just because of the 200 MA, but also because of support. So if you look to the left there, that's where the support is. But the thing is, we already have 4 weeks in a row now, so it's a little late. I do have the SQQ, the TZA, and the SPXS. Those are the leverage ETFs, inverse leverage ETFs for the market. So it's been good to be short, and I think we'll continue lower, but I don't think it's quite the time to be starting. Maybe wait for another setup, okay, to form. The SPY looks just the same, a little bit more bullish, hasn't broken the March lows yet, or actually that's February. But if you look at the monthly chart, the SPY is failing on the monthly buy setup. Same with the Qs. As I said, just weaker. IWM looks different, but it's also breaking down. I did the 1, 2, 3 on the IWM weekly chart. So over here, short. It's an official play in the newsletter also. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out, but it's an open position. All right. So we talked about the market. It's all out bearish, but perhaps not the right time to begin if you're not already in. But I would wait for another setup. Okay. On to the list for this week. We'll start with the bullish stuff, and then we'll go over the bearish list in just a minute. Okay. That's the bearish list, and here's the bullish list. We have ANNX for a breakout. Let me show you the hourly chart. The hourly looks better than the daily on this chart, on this stock, because we'll have a really nice breakout if we can take out about 275. I think that's a nice breakout if we take out 275. What if the stock never goes above 270? Then no play. Okay, so long stop would be down here about 237 or so, and target has a lot of room, but I would look for 485 to be the target on the ANNX. Okay, CTRA has a daily buy setup. It's a little sloppy. Let me fix this hourly chart right here, move it a little bit to the left. It's a little bit sloppy, but it's been really bullish, like a lot of energy stocks. Long stop if it triggers. Okay, if it triggers. DC is gold and it looks beautiful. It's a climactic buy setup plus an hourly base breakout. So long kind of triggered at the end of the day yesterday, I think, but I didn't see it until this weekend when I scanned. So over 413 should have been the entry. Now it would be over 415, just over Friday's high. Stop under 386, but one can also put the stop under 398. That's okay too. And target about 450, and then 475, 485, 485. So two targets, 450 and 485 on the DC. DDL is a beautiful daily breakout. Also hourly is not bad at all. So this is the hourly chart. I use it for swing trading. Over the base, stop under. Target one would be around $7. Okay, so that looks nice. Looks nice. The HRT. HRT is probably not ready. The 20 MA needs to start to point up first. But if it it's already flattened out. If it starts to point up, then I would like it over that bar's high. Stop down here, and then this looks like a long-term play. I mean, the chart is just incredibly bullish. We're doing earnings plays right now in the strategic swing trader. We just did the LNTH. LNTH as a swing earnings play yesterday, gapped up 17%, I think. It's similar. This thing is very, very bullish. So I like it, but I would like to see 2 or 3 more days of going sideways and then a breakout. Okay, just like the LNTH. MX. MX is very bullish, surprisingly bullish. Long over, over just this base right here. So it would be over 1865. Stop under 1736 and target about 22. Okay, 1865 by 1735 and target about $22. PCG long-term play. I've had my eye on the PCG for a long time, but it hasn't gone anywhere. I like it long, just over 1320, and target one about 18 something. This pivot right here, 1830. Target two about 25. Monthly transition A breakout. Like it a lot. And then ROVR is climactic on the monthly. Daily base breakout. Not my favorite, but it's not too bad either if it can take out Friday's high. Okay, stop down here. Target the 200, which is about $9. That's a nice target. Almost 50% run up. So those are the longs. I picked 2 for the newsletter for Monday. Feel free to check it out if you're a subscriber. It's already complete. I'm going out of town this weekend. That's why I'm doing the video early this weekend. But again, if you'd like to check out the newsletter before it's sent to you on Monday morning, feel free to do so by logging onto your T3 Live account. The shorts, we have AVAH for a breakdown. Under the base, find the lowest point. Under it, if it breaks under, Short, stop right here. I think this is at all-time low. So yeah, no predetermined target. Wouldn't know what the target is, okay? But looks good. BCRX, probably the single most bearish gap I've seen all year, this gap. Why? Because the day before, it popped really hard, it looked bullish, and people stayed in it long. How do I know they stayed long? Because I don't see much of a topping tail. It means the buyers didn't sell it. If they sold it, you would see a big topping tail. So they bought it thinking it was going to gap up, and then the next day maybe FDA denial or drug trial failure, something like, because it's a pharmaceutical, or maybe earnings. The next day it gapped down, trapping every single buyer that bought it and held on to it, which was the majority. So that's why it was so bearish. And not only that, but it also gapped under support and under the 200. That's all bearish. I think this one and the BCYC were the two most bearish gap downs that I've seen this year, under a big green bar. Look at the size of the bar. Look at the size of the volume. That confirms that a lot of people bought it and stayed in it long, and then the next day it gapped down. This looks lower too, but it's a little too sloppy. The BCRX is a little bit better, tighter. So short under the base, stop above it. Target 1 is $8, which is the 200 MA on the weekly chart. Target 2, I have no idea. Maybe lower all the way down to 4 eventually. Okay, so the BCRX and BCYC both sound similar a little bit. Probably the two most bearish gaps that we've seen this year. Okay, EVBG is a weekly sell setup. I got a few of these on the list here. EVBG is a beautiful weekly sell setup, short under 43.08. Let's call it 43. Stop really is supposed to be over 52.09, but that's a big stop. So I think over 48.20 is good enough. Target the prior low, whatever it is. Okay. FSLY, similar. Weekly sell setup. Looks gorgeous. Looks really lower. Doesn't have as much reward to risk as the EVBG. EVBG has more reward to risk. IoT triggered yesterday, I think. Yeah, this one triggered yesterday as a play, but it still looks lower. It's not too late. The trigger was under 1267 or so. So under 1230 short, stop over 1412. I think at all-time low, yes it is. So no predetermined target. One would have to just manage it properly. NSTG is a base breakdown. Looks beautiful too. Short under the base, whatever the lowest point is, it should be Friday's low, 1868, and stop is over 2051. Target on it, I guess target is 14. This bar's low here, 1385. Target is $14. NSTG looks beautiful, like it. PTRA is looks good, better on the weekly. Look at the weekly chart. That's a very tight base trend that's breaking down, so I like it a lot. Short under 610, stop over 680. Target all the way down to 150. It has no support all the way down to about maybe let's say $2 or so on the PTRA. So this would be a long-term hold. PTGX, remember this was in last week's video. I talked about it as a short. We got in it, I don't know what day, but I know what day. I called it last weekend in the newsletter. So it triggered on Monday. Okay, Monday after the close, there was some news on it, and it gapped down. I think it closed down 50%, about 50%. You can see from almost $20 to $9. So closed down like 47, 48%. This was a really nice play. If you I took it. It was also an official play in the newsletter. Now it has another base breakdown, similar to the NSTG. I do like the NSTG a little bit more this time because the NSTG has a longer base at the bottom. But the same idea, short, stop on the PTGX. Same idea as the NSTG. And then last but not least is the SMFR, which is just a pure base breakdown. So short under 212, stop over 231. And is it at all-time low? It is, so no predetermined target. You would just have to manage it. Normally, if it gives you 2 red bars in a row, like let's just say like right here, then one can start to manage it bar by bar. That's the simplest way to manage, is if you get 2 green bars in a row, then start going bar by bar. So let's pretend this right here is what we're gonna get over here. So let's just say, you know, you got in it right here, you got in it on, let's just say the first red bar. Okay, this is the first red bar, you got in it here, and then the second bar was also a red bar, then can immediately lower the stop to that bar's low. Okay, then it comes in, then lower the stop once the bar closes to the next bar's low, and so on and so forth until you get trailed out, and then maybe out here, right? Something like that. So does that make sense? So I like that management a lot. It's very simple, and you don't, if you get 2 red bars in a row, once you actually get a reversal, it's usually for real, meaning it you know, you end up getting out at the bottom. So I like that management a lot. All right guys, I hope this was a short quick video. As I said, going out of town this weekend, so I thought I'd do the video early this weekend. Have a wonderful weekend, be safe, and best of luck with your trading next week. We're in the heart of earnings season right now. This is the time actually to join the newsletter if you're interested, the Strategic Swing Trader newsletter, because I call also the earnings plays. For example, I'll just turn back to the charts. I just called the TDOC short on Thursday. That's an amazing gap. And I told you on Friday, this was a short. This was a long, LNTH, right? So right now, we have a lot of these that I'm calling out. Sometimes I don't always get it right, but I think this quarter is going to be really good. So if you'd like to join, link in the description below, in the video description. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Ciao.